Welcome back, all my free thinkers, to another evening edition of the Grow Rich, Grow Happy Crypto Show. Now, guys, we're back down the rabbit hole in part two. I was going to wait to give you guys part two, but as I told you, I really love talking about the conspiracy aspect of not only the world and things that go on, but cryptocurrency. And I felt like this is a great time to also, while we're down the rabbit hole, to explain to you guys, those of you who've picked up the book, Overcoming Self for Crypto Wealth, I thank you. I thank you all. You guys have actually been real receptive to it. So I want to shout out all of you guys. But it's one thing that I didn't talk about in the book that I want to talk about right here real quick. Oftentimes, I always tell you guys the importance of research, and regardless where that research take you, what I didn't share is that sometimes your research might take you down some dark corners. My advice to you is go down those corners, especially if you're examining a particular cryptocurrency that you might be interested in or holding, because down that dark, twisted corner, a lot of times it will actually uncover a crypto gem and show you how it plugs into a bigger part of the story, regardless how dark that is. So in this episode, we're going to talk a little bit more about Metallicus, but it's something I didn't mention in that particular, the first video. I flash it up here for those of you, and I highly suggest that you watch them in order. But in this one, we're going to talk about International Credit Union Day, because that is today, the third Thursday of, I believe it's the third Thursday of October. So we're going to talk about that and the greater picture, as there's a lot of symbolism floating around on X right now and elsewhere. But it's some things I want to uncover or decode for you guys or with you, so that you understand why Metallicus is playing the part that they're playing and why their entire ecosystem just really been illuminated for me. So guys, you know what to do. Smash that like button, give me a sub, hit that bell notification so that you don't miss any of these videos, guys. Always stay prayed up. Know who Christ is. Really, I'm telling you, know who Christ is. He's my savior. But always stay prayed up. So first thing we're going to do, we're going to jump over here because I want to show you something. And the first thing we're going to look at is today, Thursday, October 16th, International Credit Union Day. And I want you to understand this, because it's about to go deep. International Credit Union, if I said card, excuse me, Day celebrates the spirit of the global credit union movement, and it is a movement. The day is recognized to reflect upon the credit union movement history, promote its achievements, and recognize hard work and share member experiences. Now, guys, Credit Union Day has been celebrated on the third Thursday of October since 1948. That is an awful long time. But now I want to jump over here to the nitty gritty and let's go down this rabbit hole. So I bought you this lady right here, Mayrox, and if I'm butchering it, I'm sorry, but God wins, and you see all of that. But something she said, and then we're going to look at the symbolism of this right here. I don't know where this image originated from, but I've spent some time looking at it today, and there's some things that I noticed. So she said, today we honor the strength of community-driven finance and the power of cooperative systems. I can't wait for the day when innovative tools like XPR, Metal, and Loan from Metallicus, TDBN are fully integrated into credit union systems, and that is happening right now. The new model will be where wealth is held by the community, for the community. Credit unions have long stood for people helping people, and soon innovation will take that vision even further. Now we're going to talk about this because I'm going to show you the symbolism of this, and this goes back into research. Guys, go over to growrichgrowhappy.com. Check out my book, guys. We have digital and we have paperback copies as well, and those paperback copies do come with a free exit strategy. Of course, if you already if you elect to get the download, or you already have an exit strategy that you purchased from growrichgrowhappy.com, then you're good. So check this out. So we're going to look at this because there's a lot of symbolism here that you guys need to understand. Again, I don't know where this originated from. I'm thinking from a credit union. It came from somewhere with them again, it's all about symbolism, and it's all about telling you things without telling you things. Well, right here, as you see, the purple smoke, we know, of course, that was added, but that purple smoke, and I've done things about the purple. I've done videos about the purple, but for those of you who are new, it means royalty because of how purple was made back in the day. I believe it was some type of sea snail, and it took like thousands of them just to create like an ounce of this particular color. So to wear purple, or to use the color purple back in the day, it really only royal people wore it because they were the only ones that could afford it. And it was kind of like sovereignty when it came to the purple. Well, this right here, guys, is and this is St. Peter's Basilica, and this is known throughout the world as, especially with Catholics and their religion, it goes back to Vatican City. So you see that here, but you see the purple smoke, and it's only two types of smoke that they technically use, which is white to announce that a new pope has been voted in, or black, meaning that a vote has taken place, but no pope has been selected. But of course they chose purple, and they linked it up with all of this. And I'm thinking the reason they chose purple is, again, they're playing them games to say that a whole new monetary system is being chosen. It has been voted in, hence Metallicus and them integrating with blockchain, marrying the two blockchain credit unions and the two financial systems coming together. That's what that means. Now we're going to take this a little bit further, because if you look over here, guys, this looks like, or it is almost, you see it says the credit union, but it's almost like a golden credit card, and you see the different systems, the different monetary systems right here, but it has $1,000 on here. I could tell you a little bit about the 1,000. It reminds me back to the Zebic, and I don't know if a lot of you guys know this, but when it comes to Zebic and their carbon card, and I believe it's the carbon and their silver card. I believe it's the silver card. Those are two cards. Well, those cards can only be loaded, the silver, with $1,000. That's it. No more, no less. And that can be spent. And then you can have the carbon card, which can be loaded $1,000 per transaction, up to 10,000 per day. And I'm not going off track with that. I'm just saying, I think about all this. So sovereign citizenship right here, bankless card. The sovereign, again, goes back to the purple. You see that? Now, state chartered. There's different credit unions, every state, and they all are starting to come on board now with blockchain. Then you have no ID required, which goes back to cryptocurrency. You see how this new currency, this new one world currency, is being integrated into our system? No ID required. However, you do need some identification, especially if you go through the web authentication. And I shared that in the last video, and how you pretty much have to let them know who you are in order to get on to the Metallicus or the Metal Blockchain and use all of their tools. They have to know who you are. And crypto, this is the whole thing about crypto being anonymous. Well, it all depends. If you're using decentralization and you truly have backed away, and you're like, well, I'm not going to tell you who I am. and crypto is anonymous, but they're working diligently to prevent that. No capital gains tax. Now, if you go right here, you see, if you look here, you see the American flag right here. You see the no capital gains tax. What did Donald Trump always say? They're trying to make it to where, and I believe it's going to come a point where all U.S. crypto is going to capital gains tax is going to be taken away from cryptocurrency and stocks. And I believe if Donald Trump has his way, that is going to happen. Well, guess what? Metallicus is a United States company. And what did they say? The no capital gains tax is only going to be on United States cryptocurrencies. Boom. Hence the flag right here. You see how I'm breaking this down? This is kind of dark. So I'm going to continue. USA Treasury right here. The symbolism is rampant on this, guys. It is rampant. And I'm going to go back up here. Citizens free to create boundless wealth and prosperity in a world of plenty. This is something Marshall talks about all the time, and about wealth and about everybody having that sovereign wealth. And we know about loan protocol and the things you're going to be able to do with that. My loan protocol is staked over as well on Metal Blockchain. That's for another video. So we're going to continue down. Here's where it gets really interesting, because you see debt free right here. And you notice they have JF Kennedy on this bill with $100 debt free currency. Now, for those of you wondering what this could mean, I'm going to take you further, because it goes to this right here. Executive Order 1110 actually did. Now, this is John F. Kennedy's executive order. It was a minor administrative change that delegated the president's existing authority to issue silver certificates to the Secretary of Treasury. Now, a lot of people, depending on how you look at conspiracy, if you come down here, it says it wasn't a challenge to the Federal Reserve, but a lot of people believe that it actually was. Him doing this was a challenge to the Federal Reserve. Now, I'm going to continue. It says, because it's a little bit more to this. In 1963, rising silver prices meant that silver certificates were becoming worth more for their metal content than the face value. To prevent this, Congress passed Public Law 88-36 on June 4th, 1963, to eventually phase out silver certificates. Now, they said executive order. Kennedy's executive order was signed on the same day as Public Law 88-36. It amended a 1951 executive order to delegate the president's authority to issue silver certificates to the Treasury Secretary, which was necessary because the new law repealed the old statutes that had given the Treasury this power. This was routine administrative delegation during the transition away from silver certificates. Now, they say it wasn't a challenge. I always say be careful, too, when you're looking up things with AI or anything like that, because if you're looking down the conspiracy road, a lot of times it's going to be debunked. Well, I always say AI was created by the elites, and you can't expect it to not debunk things that you find. It's going to find a way to debunk it. So you always have to be a free thinker and think outside the box and have freedom of thought. You have to do that. So we're going to continue. They say this is AI debunking it. It says the false claim. The theory claims that Kennedy issued the executive order to strip the Federal Reserve of its power by issuing government-backed debt-free United States notes to replace Federal Reserve notes. It suggests that this action led to his assassination. And then you can go here. I might leave this down below for you to see it, guys, for you guys to look it up. So just for the interest of time, but it disproves it's disproven by facts, and they have the facts right here. But in the interest of time, what I want to do, I always give you guys enough of a bit breadcrumb so that you can go off on your own with your research. I'm going to go over here because, you know, if you look here, guys, this is the Metallicus ecosystem, and these are their products. Got XPR Network right here. You got Metal Pay. You have Metal Dollar, Metal Blockchain. This is the one I have. And I have Loan Protocol, which is not on here. But you have the XPR network is another one. This is one of the major ones that everyone has. But I have loan protocol as well, which is staked. Now, the reason I brought you that video, guys, is because I wanted to show you the bigger picture here and what is going on and what I believe is the whole new global financial system being laid up under everything like the XRPs and the things that the shiny ones that they show us all the time. I wanted to show you this to show you that there's something bigger going on here. And when you look at the Metallicus ecosystem and how they're playing so well and being plugged into or already plugged into the credit unions, which is really the backbone of just the American society. And if you look, every state has these credit unions and they have a loyal following. You can't deny the Metallicus ecosystem and the part that they're playing. And it is major. But a lot of people have you believe that you shouldn't even think about them. There's no way they're that plugged because no one or either very few know about them, or they have this cult following that is just an afterthought. I don't believe that they're afterthought. I believe they're playing a bigger role than anyone could ever fathom. And I believe that they show you with the whole symbolism, how it runs rampant, and it's all found in their blockchain, how many tokens Metal Blockchain has, and just a whole plethora of other things. You look at loan protocol, and you see their whole symbol and how it has the Masonic symbolism written all over it, just with the symbolism of the token itself. So I wanted to wrap it up with that, just to, I felt like I owed you guys a little bit more. Stay prayed up. Let me know down below, what are your thoughts? And is there any dots that I didn't connect for you? Let me know down below. To the next one. This is your boy. Stay prayed up. Know who Christ is. Be saved. I'm out.